everybody. Okay, now we're going to put some chocolate chip cookie dough together. So just bear with us and hope y'all think this is hilarious. All right. Come on, honey, let's get this thing going. Butter goes in the bowl. And yes, the butter is softened. If you try and melt your butter for making chocolate chip cookie dough, the consistency of your cookies does not come out too great, okay? The first part of it is going to be the creamed part. So you've got your butter, you've got your eggs, you have your white sugar, you've got your brown sugar, and your vanilla. No, I'm not giving exact measurements. Sorry, not gonna happen. And yes, for those who know us, know that we're fanatical about keeping our hands washed. So you'll see that plenty. All right. The butter's in, eggs are in, white sugar's in, brown sugar, all right, just give me this. Excuse us while we dance because we've never done this before. And then your vanilla goes in. He is working on the other dry ingredients, getting them measured. And yes, when you're trying to fix the vanilla with these cups, it's hard to see the little line. Okay, everything is in the bowl for the creamed mixture. And yes, my stand mixer, we call it my boyfriend. I love my boyfriend. He's taken good care of me for quite a few years. According to the recipe, you got everything that goes in here, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And no, I do not, as long as the butter is softened, I don't run butter by itself because when it's good and soft, it's not necessary. But you do want to run the mixture to cream all this stuff together nice and smooth. It just works out better that way. I'm going to go get a towel. When you dump the flour, baking soda, and salt in here for the dry ingredients. You don't have to put a towel over the stand mixer. I highly recommend it because, well, we won't say how many cooking accidents we've had. Because my boyfriend got some age on it, and the gears, well, they slip a little bit. And unless the gears are on low, you can have a flour mess everywhere. Trust me, not fun. All right, the cream mixture is creamed. Looks wonderful. Nice and creamy looking, okay? All right, Kevin, oh, and yes, if you could tell with his back turned, we sift all dry ingredients. No, you do not sift brown sugar, but that's not considered a dry ingredient. It's sticky. All right, so the flour salt and baking soda in the bowl. You don't have to put it into the locked position unless you just want to. If you're going to walk away from it, I highly recommend that you do because, well, it's just a better idea. Especially if you're going to put chocolate chips or nuts or something like that in. But after watching other people's posts, I recommend not walking away from your stand mixer and heading off in another direction, forgetting all about it, because I have heard of stand mixers walking off the counter and crashing onto the floor and putting dents in the floor. So, you have a stand mixer and you're not doing this by hand. Hopefully this never happened to you, but after hearing about that a year ago, I'm nervous now. So I try to remember not to walk away from it. I'm not going to say that I don't. After a moment that you think that the dry is mixed in, take a towel, you're fine. And just mix it in for a good consistency for just a moment so it's well mixed. You don't want to mix it over too long. Alright. I do scrape the bowl down and the beater down to make sure that there's no extra flour because you want to make sure it's all mixed in. Alright, and it's a good idea to check that bottom because some of these bowls has the upward part in the bottom and you just want to make sure that there's no butter or anything glopped up down in the bottom, and you want to make sure that it's all mixed in well. Alright, now we have two more things to add. And I know you're saying two things and it sounds like she's already put everything in that bowl except for the chocolate chips. Which? Chocolate chips in, and yes, these are the semi-sweet chocolate chips. And everybody that knows me knows there's one little special more ingredient, and it doesn't actually go into the bowl per se. With all of the baking that I do and all of the cooking, I always tell our friends and family who love us, my extra special ingredient is a little bit of love. And it seems to make things taste so much better. Alright, so we're going to mix these chocolate chips up. Yes, I locked it in, and yes, I'm keeping my hands on it. Because the chocolate chips, you know, they're not the little mini ones. They're the regular size ones. And my boyfriend wants to walk around when you put the chocolate chips in. Unlock it, that's all done. Now you're going to scrape everything down off the beater. And that takes me a moment to do because, well, I'm a fanatic. Waste not, want not around this household. And I won't totally perfectly clean it, only because we're going to have to make another second batch. But you guys don't need to see that. You've seen the one, and that's good enough. Normally, if I'm doing this by myself and I have everything all laid out, normally I can do one batch within 15 to 20 minutes. Now, when I'm doing the marathon baking, I normally have both bowls because I have 2 of these metal bowls. And normally I'm doing 2 bowls at once because I will get everything all mixed up in one, pull it out, set it off to the side, and do the next one. It makes it go by so much faster. But this time we have more baking that we've got to get done, so we're just not going to worry with it. And yes, the chocolate chip cookies are better off chilled, especially when we're doing the marathon baking. So we put them in a container and we stick them into the fridge, whether it's for a few hours, an hour, or the day before we even get started. I've been known to make the chocolate chip cookie dough a day to 2 days in advance. Normally, I'll do between 7 to 8 batches. This time, I made all 10 batches in one day, as well as a bonus batch that I had to make for my nephew, Luke. We realized we didn't have quite enough cookie dough, so we're having to make 2 more batches. And this is after we've already worked for 2 days. Calvin has worked for 2 days to get all of this baking done. But when you realize you don't have quite enough, back to the drawing board and make some more. Has Kat got your tongue, honey?
No, just trying to be helpful.
And what he's doing for me right now, holding this big metal bowl, is setting my arms and my hands so much. Because after you do a whole bunch of batches in a row, for hours and hours on end, dealing with this heavy metal bowl, which, don't get me wrong, I am so thankful and grateful for my boyfriend. Because all those years ago when we used to do this by hand, all right, that's going to be good enough. Doing it by hand and you're using a whisk and stirring everything by hand. Oh, it's a nightmare. So having a stand mixer is the best thing in the world. Okay, that right there is 1 batch of chocolate chip cookie dough. Going into the fridge, and it's all done. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this entertaining.